or scrolling was involved. And that was like one thing I'm like, yeah, you got to get away from that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Temple Run. Did you ever play Temple Run when it came out on your phone?
No.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's like the only game I've played. I don't know if you'd even technically call it a video game, but I and several people, because like I would play it during class when I was bored, and so that racked up a lot of time, and I would freaking dream about that crap.
Well, hey, you want to watch some city council fights with me before we wrap up?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me go grab a drink.
Yeah. I don't know why it is, but I love to watch city council members fighting, behaving like children, screaming, shouting matches, old ladies getting knocked over, pandemonium at the local setting. Something very satisfying about it. Eli, Bullwinkle, don't know if you guys are still present, but I thank you for tuning in as long as you did anyway. Maybe Eli is Bullwinkle, I don't know, but thanks, guys. And thank you, Gracie, for that incessant meowing. Good contribution.
Hey, sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah, so I guess Gregor won't be joining us. I don't know. Maybe he fell asleep or something came up. It is the holidays after all. So hopefully, can you still hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Having to move my laptop. Okay, I'm good.
Well, anyway, yeah, hopefully it'll be a full house with all four of us next week for our top 10 lists. I have a feeling everybody will want to get, their 2 cents worth on that. So hopefully it'll be all four next week.
2 cents worth on what?
The books of the year, their favorite reads of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And, predictions for the new year, goals, all that shit that everybody engages in. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I don't know a whole lot about the context for most of these videos. I just like to watch the chaos unfold. So here we go. International Village foul-mouthed scoundrels Mark Richmond and Elon Weiss attack board member Jerry Miro. There you go. That's a description. So here we go. Tell me if you can hear it or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You better get your fact right. You're the smartest guy I ever met. No, I'm not. You are. You got one fact wrong. You said that I find things in this. Show me your bank account. I don't give a shit about my bank account.
Doesn't that guy in the orange, doesn't he look like a wise guy? The guy in the orange, he looks like a wise guy, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Like a mafia don.
Jerry, you always know. I am. That's right, Jerry.
You keep your goddamn mouth shut when you don't know what you're talking about. You open it up much too much.
I do.
Yes.
Listen to
I have plenty to get out listening to you and your crap. The meeting is over.
Yeah. Because he loves the sound of his own voice, you know?
I admire you. You've got a lot
Keep watching the guy with the blue striped shirt and the wise guy in orange. That's where the action is, okay?
All right.
I take my money and I go back to my money. And I change the Jerry. What did you do, Jerry? Nothing. I haven't done it for you. Something right. Watch the language. You understand? Watch the language. Watch the language.
Like geriatric Fight Club. I mean,
Right. I find puzzles you. Huh? We're living in a place that, you know, once like that. Check it. Check it. No, not up. We live in too much limited. Yeah. We should have a couple. Ilan.
Oh god, that dude's being exercise banned.
did you see that?
See
Did
what?
you see that where he almost reached out and hit the kid, the younger guy? He didn't? Like, what was that? He must be drunk. I mean, look, watch again. Here we go. What was that? It's like his brain couldn't finish the motion, you know. What do you think of that?
That's pretty awesome. Do you ever watch like high school fights?
No, are those on YouTube too?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I've seen a couple good ones.
Hang on. Now we're going to go to Lone Star, Texas.
I want to make sure you've got your camera on tonight. Okay? All right.
This guy legitimately scares me. I don't know about you, but you can see the malice in his eyes, okay?
I like how he wants the camera to be on because he knows some freaking crap's going to go down.
Yeah, but he's being sarcastic about it because this is the reason he's resigning from the council is because of the camera. Okay? This guy legitimately scares me. I mean, he makes that leather jacket look good on him. I mean, because I would be intimidated by this dude.
Good. First off, before I end my report, I think it's despicable that what goes on in here, you've got the right to film it, but it's being broadcast all over YouTube.
That's right.
I'm not sure. Is it?
Oh, yeah?
This is, so are they going to go?
Y'all.
Do you think right that what I give information to the council from the EDC is broadcast all over YouTube? It puts me in a position that I don't like. Well, why wouldn't you? You stand by what you. I stand exactly by it. Why does it bother you if people see it? I don't like it, Brian. And I don't like it, Cody.
Cody.
See, so we can read it there. So he resigns there, effective immediately. It's not over yet, though. That's like every politician ever kicking the can down the road. You know it.
Yeah, I've not heard that, but
Well,
Brady
yeah,
Houston.
I hear that statement all the time. That's every politician ever, just about, from the local level all the way up to the national. Everybody has to kick the can a little bit. It's just, unfortunately, it's a fact of political life. I mean,
It's part of a grand can kicking conspiracy.
well, I mean, you only have a limited number of years to get things moving in the direction you want, and the next person's going to adjust and amend that. So I mean, and there are certain things there are inevitabilities, that every politician deals with, from the local city council all the way up to the president. There are things, the necessary evils and harsh realities that maybe they can't deal with it due to lack of resources, so they have to kick the can down the road. That's a common thing in politics. It's bad. It's not good, but it's a reality, So
I don't want to do with that. I do. That's what I'm saying. That's a personal matter. That's a personal matter. It's nothing to do with the council.
You got
I don't think it's once and for all. It has to happen. They don't think to do with the council.
That's on me personally, better stop.
Mitch,
Don't you
do I
smile
break
at
the
me.
laws in here?
Don't you dare.
So I can get the law.
Get the light.
I got chills from that, man. Did you hear that? Let's hear it again.
I don't think it's once and for all. It has to happen. They don't think to do with the council.
That's on me personally, better stop.
Mitch,
Don't you
do I
smile at
break the
me.
laws in here?
Don't you dare.
That would be like the greatest sound bite ever, for like people you don't like. I would almost want that as a ringtone. Don't you smile at me. Don't you dare.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't really find that threatening. There's something kind of goofy about it.
No, dude, look at him. He's legitimately angry. He's like, I guarantee you, he's daring that guy to do something physical to him, knowing that he could absolutely dominate him. I mean,
This town has nothing on Carpentersville, Illinois. So I guess there's just a whole community of people watching these things for this reason.
yeah. Oh, this mayor who got kicked out of his own meeting. I showed that one time.
What is up with this profile picture? Oh, it's not the same date. Okay.
Yeah. These two have been going at it forever. Stephen Ellis and Robert Fulper. And it's really weird that the antagonistic relationship they have. That's Fulper right there. And that's Ellis right there. No, wait. That's Ellis. That's Stephen Ellis right there. And that's Robert Fulper.
What about the guy that... Okay.
He's just some guy. I don't know. He's just some guy. This is Stephen Ellis right here. That's the evil mayor. So he's the bad guy here to watch.
All right.
Take care of yourself, Steve. Okay. I would like to.
Get tacos. I get tacos.
They're
I
over
need
there
that dude's shirt, dude.
they're over there talking about who threatened who first. And she's talking about, we're going to get tacos after this. We're going to have tacos after this. You threatened me. No, I didn't. It's so absurd.
Not as absurd as that dude's shirt.
Want to go for tacos? Tacos and margaritas?
She really wants those tacos. I've heard her use that word like 6 or 7 times in like 2 minutes. Fuck those guys. I want those tacos. This is like the Zapruder film with JFK. Watch as Fulper walks by, back and to the left. I mean, this is just a little silly city council meeting in Phillipsburg, New Jersey.
Not legislative. It felt to me very procedural.
There's Darth Ellis. And that there is the savior of the Republic, Robert Fulper.
Which one is covered? Everything.
They hired $20,000 and they are doing it.
I have to wonder the way that he has his arm concealed, you know, in like on the inside of the back of his jacket. Is there a gun there? I wonder if he's like a Second Amendment guy, you know. I have to wonder, you know, is he prepared? I can't.
Her cat answered you.
She doesn't know.
Did you like that pepper pie?
It was delicious.
In the middle of this standoff, they're talking like, you know, I'm going to go for tacos. Did you like that food I brought to the last meeting? I mean, what? That's like cognitive dissonance, isn't it? I mean,
Or is she just seriously distanced?
or hungry. They're talking about food, and those two are talking about like fighting. I don't know.
Is it me, or does Stolper just have this kind of standoffish like stance right now?
Yeah. It's just it's great. It's laughable.
Phillipsburg. So what has this dude done that's like made everyone declare him evil?
Well, here's another good one of him.
There should be an exchange. I only have comments. I don't have questions. He said 2 weeks. It's 14 days, 336 hours. Not one of those hours you spend contacting the council president to let us know that you had time to put it on Facebook. 2, Purcell Hill. We ran on every neighborhood being fixed in this town. But I will tell you, pound for pound, the most degraded neighborhood from start to finish, from the 70s to now, whatever, is, in your words, the hill. The hill area. That entire area needs some help. Purcell Hill is doing okay. That wasn't even in consideration. 3, doing a series of emails in which my new nickname is Mr. Perfection. If you want to open that, anyone, that is July 1st, 2019. And I didn't really appreciate our town clerk once again getting blamed for something that was turned in without us knowing anything about, and then having it kind of just pushed down our throats. I just don't like the town clerk getting shot at all the time. Just don't. Again, Oprah, you'll figure it out. I'm not going to belabor it. 4, JGS. I didn't ask a single question. I'm just commenting.
I'm not going to be the subject of your shooting.
I didn't say who took shots at her. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm allowed to say if you did it.
I'm not going to be the subject of your shooting range and your shooting out.
Okay, I'm going to continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. You should face what I have to say, okay? Because you didn't even face council president. JGSE, do a Google on that, Mayor. Mayor.
So he's been kicked out of meetings. He's walked out of meetings. I can kind of see what they're talking about, you know?
JGSE, do a Google on that, all right? 5.5, you said the trail grants. You mentioned that you were in charge of grants yourself.
Mayor, are you leaving the meeting? Mayor.
I asked the hard questions and you leave.
You are not going to take my dignity as you have.
I'm making comments. I ask questions.
You are not going to do that.
All right.
Mayor, I have questions.
That's how much he cares about.
Folks, I'm going to continue my comments. I have no questions for the mayor. I didn't have a single question for the mayor. If it's okay, Council President, I'd like to continue because it does shed light to the public. And this is being filmed and people in the audience deserve some continued comments with your permission. Excuse me for 1 second. You go ahead. Okay.
I don't know. What do you think about this guy based on what you've seen?
I can't tell if he's legitimately in the wrong or if people are just ganging up on him. I have to know more about it.
That's true. I don't know. He's just inarticulate enough that I can kind of see what they're talking about. That when he said, "I'm not going to be the subject of your shooting gallery," that's the first time I've ever heard him articulate anything with any satisfying degree, you know? So.
Have you watched videos where he's actually like front and center talking, or is it always kind of this back and forth?
No, I have. And I can kind of see that sliminess, you know, present there too.
Yeah.
Let's see. I already showed that one.
How many of these do you think you've watched?
Okay, wait a minute, because I told you all to stop that shit.
Huh?
Hang on. Cat fight again. Let's see. I started this playlist called City Council Showdowns, right? 985 videos.
Oh my God. That is pretty cool.
Start this from now on, yeah. Huh? Do what?
No, I said that's pretty cool. I just said that's cool.
900.
It's quite a cool collection.
Stop if you see one that looks like really compelling or something. I don't know. I love watching these. I can get lost for in a rabbit hole for like an hour. Like it's down the rabbit hole when I watch these. Because like
Go to one that's like the best example of like actual physical confrontation.
hmm.
I mean, that first one you played was pretty good, but
Okay, give me a minute. I already played this one.
that's why y'all look up the high school fights because they get pretty ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me a minute here. There was one actually where a guy drew a gun, and one of the counselors had a gun. Was an open carry guy, and I think he shot the guy, and he told the camera person to go to turn the camera off or go to blackout or something. So. Hang on 1 second, because these fucking cats, they don't get it, okay? I'm going to mute for a second, okay?
Okay.
And no, I'm not going to abuse them. Hang on. I'm just going to separate them. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'll probably have to separate them again, but whatever. Here we go. Gosh, the audio is not very good on this one, though.
Law department. It shows when you see this. We were closed Monday. We were closed Monday. I'm just making it clear to you that we're done with this back and forth banter. She explained it. You need to calm yourself down. And as I explained about the board, we are deliberating on an agenda item that was passed by the council. We are discussing. Listen, there's a whole bunch of things on the agenda that was signed. All it takes is a quick communication. All I can say is we've been discussing some items. There are things on the agenda that are not germane to that. And all I can say is that we can move forward. If you want to kind of be patient in my conference room and act like you listen, you can get out of here. This is all I can say. You take your act and just move on out. Because we're not going to tolerate your because you're acting out of line. Because he's going to escort you out. That's why. So you just sort yourself out. You're going to the clerks out the meeting. Because you're acting out of line. That's why. You need to calm down.
I don't even need to know what they're fighting about. I just like to hear people like raise their voices at each other when I'm not like emotionally invested, you know?
Yes, the demon's taking you over.
I need to listen. You need to respect your elders, young lady. Get that crap out of here. It's not about respect elders.
It sounded like he said you need to respect your elders, young lady. I don't know. But...
Young lady.
Sorry, I didn't see that, but you need to. This is the whole thing. Listen, this is the whole thing. Look, you have to have a lot more respect. You have to have a lot of respect. Came in and explained. You asked for an explanation, and you keep losing your temper. I'm not going to tolerate it.
Did he say keep losing your temper, but it sounded like temple?
I just know if
if someone told me to stop losing my temple, I'd laugh.
If there was a white security guard in there, though, he'd already have him on the floor, thinking that he had a gun with when he waved that thing at him, though. He's calling him little boy.
Thank you.
Oh, he went around to the side there.
You haven't signed the board. Have you signed the board? We cannot have a meeting unless you sign the board. You have to give us the board back. Let me have my gavel back again, too. The gavel's mine.
Oh, he wants the gavel. He's like, the gavel is mine. Holy shit.
Dude, the single best video I've ever seen from these that you've showed, is the one where the dude, like, he's like, quit slamming that gavel, and he just starts slamming it repeatedly.
That was Doug Fleener from Bristol, Virginia.
Yeah, that's the single best one.
Yeah, don't you ever bang that gavel on me. We'll look at that one after this.
Thank you, Lauren. That's your stuff. What's good? I'm talking to the control.
He's coming back for more. Now he's up again.
You watching this? No, I mean, you package your stuff, and you're not part of this conversation. So, and you've been disrespectful enough. Everybody knows it. Washington. This is free to tell you when you're wrong. I don't mind being so wrong. People tell me I'm wrong all the time. Oh!
Did you look at that? Did you see how he?
No, play it back.
Watch him close. I mean, you knew that was fake.
Oh yeah, like
you realize he faked that.
Okay.
He fell on purpose. He meant to fall like that to make it look like this guy did it.
Yeah.
Please help him out here. All you have to do is walk out. Yeah, come on.
That's what's called making a public nuisance of yourself. That's not anything helpful or demonstrative or
just being a dang drama queen.
Yeah. That's nothing to do with civil rights. That he's not grandstanding for a higher purpose. He's not grandstanding for a higher purpose. He's just being a drama queen. He's being an uppity black man. He's being, This guy, whereas this guy has conducted himself like a gentleman, and he's trying to move the meeting forward. This guy is a rabble rouser. I bet you he plants his hairs in his food at restaurants so he can get the meal free. I guarantee you he's that type.
Well, he is bald.
Oh, well, yeah, there is that. I'm sorry. Okay, here's the one you were talking about, I think.
Yeah, this is it's the best. I love it.
Bristol, Virginia's city council believes an effort is underway to remove him from his seat.
It's a crybaby.
Of his first
oh God, I love this one.
He gained attention across
the region this isn't the one.
Being among the whistleblowers.
I mean,
is that the one where he cries? No, the top one.
The one where he cries. Yeah. So you do remember.
Yeah.
It's not.
We should freaking meet that or get that dude on the show.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean he's local too. We should all meet him at a bar or something.
Oh, where is it, man?
It was one of those ones where they're all around like that one.
Here we go. Hope for calmer session.
He had 30-some million in debt because BVU took. Let me. No.
You put it on full screen.
You're talking. We're here to talk about goals and priorities. You're sitting here.
That is full screen.
We don't have any room to move forward, Mr. Hartley. We don't have any money to move forward with.
Whoa,
sir.
that's way wrong.
You know,
Don't you ever bang that gavel on me again.
Okay, how's that?
And I told you the statistics. So we're 20 million that we didn't report when we borrowed this money, Mr. Hartley. And you can sit here and you can fudge it all you want to. And you can bang that gavel till the cows come home.
That was last week's meeting in Bristol, Virginia. City leaders meeting again tonight, where they hope things will go a little calmer. Last week, things got heated when Councilman Doug Fleener on the left brought up the city's $20 million debt. He says it's caused by retiree pensions, but Fleener was cut off by the mayor for going off topic. Pension liabilities are expected to be on tonight's agenda.
Don't you ever bang that damn gavel on me again.
Wasn't there one where he just kept repeatedly banging it?
Yeah, this is the
We don't
one,
have
yeah.
any money to move forward with, sir.
you know.
Don't you ever bang that gavel on me again.
Here he comes.
Out of order.
Thor.
So we're 20 million that we didn't report.
I'm remembering another one where it's like more than that. Like he just keeps banging it.
Bang that.
That might be wrong though.
Yeah, I do remember that one, but I don't remember where it was.
Play the one where he cries. We're horrible people.
Okay.
I feel bad. We're just reveling in this dude's misery.
Here we go.
Member of Bristol, Virginia's city council believes an effort is underway to remove him from his seat. Doug Fleener is in the third year of his first term on city council, but he gained attention across the region for being among the whistleblowers who helped federal prosecutors take down several high-ranking employees at Bristol, Virginia Utilities during a years-long federal corruption investigation. Fleener also has not shied away from criticism about tens of millions of dollars in mounting city debt created by the Falls retail development. Jackie DeFusco spoke with Fleener today, who said he believes his outspoken personality is prompting backlash from fellow council members.
Sarah, I've been working all day to uncover the reason why council members are trying to remove Fleener from office, but that information is not being made public yet. Today, Doug Fleener admitting there was bad blood.
It was a chill meeting. You can tell when you're not wanted.
After his fellow city council members took the first steps towards ousting him from his seat 1 year before the end of his first elected term, admitting he's not perfect.
But I try to vote my conscience. And when I felt something was out of whack, I guess I get it.
The most recent example coming 2 weeks ago when Fleener raised questions about a pay raise for the city's chief financial officer.
Is public information. It is not private.
No one ever said it was
You
private.
just said, sir, I want the information. I want the information.
You calm down in these chambers.
Now he says he's accused of malfeasance, neglect of duties,
And there's a couple things I think I just don't want to talk about.
and he doesn't have to talk about it. According to city manager Randall Eads, a city charter requires the council to provide a notice, clearly outlining their intention and grounds for removal. That same charter allows fired public officials to challenge allegations against them privately, away from the critical eye of voters who elected them.
If you're elected at any level, you need to care about the people, not your paycheck, not yourself, not your business, not power.
And Fleener told me today that it was, quote, unlikely that he would challenge any decision by the council concerning his removal.
Bristol, Virginia City Manager Randall Eads told us Doug Fleener has the opportunity to address the letter he was served last night in a public forum. We are working to find out the contents of that letter.
It's just golden, dude.
Let's focus on Fleener for a little bit here and just see what we can gather from his character, because I've watched like the full 2 hour meetings like multiple times, like most of them. And so I kind of get a feeling for his character, but not so much the ones leading up to his removal.
Judge appointed by the Virginia Supreme
Wait,
Court.
before that, what do you think? Do you think he's in the wrong or in the right?
Well, I mean, I don't fully understand it. I think that they didn't like how outspoken he was, but supposedly he had some sort of business deal with someone who ran the Rockin' Roots Festival that came through Bristol that he wasn't supposed to have, like a business deal that benefited him, and council members are not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
He also supposedly asked another council member to buy out his seat on the council, which is probably illegal too. Whether he did that or not, I don't know. But the other council member claimed to have a recording of this. So
The council does have the authority to oust a councilman, Doug Fleener. The ruling announced just hours ago in Bristol, Virginia Circuit Court follows a notice that was issued by city council members in August. They alerted Fleener they intended to remove him for neglect of duty and wrongdoing. Fleener fired back. He sued, saying the whole thing was illegal. Well, today a judge ruled otherwise. Jackie DeFusco got the document today. For the first time, it outlines the council's reasons for moving forward with Fleener's ouster.
Yeah, Josh, WJHL has been after this document since late.
She is gorgeous, by the way. I mean, isn't she? I mean,
yeah, it's kind of ironic that you.
And to think that she lives not too far from here.
Y'all try to hit her up.
Yeah, I'm sure she's married with children. But anyway.
August. Fleener was able to keep it private until today, when a judge ruled that the public has a right to know why their city council intends to remove a person that voters elected to serve. Here are a few of the reasons outlined in the letter that broadly accuses Fleener of neglect of duty and wrongdoing. 1, the Mount Rogers Planning Commission asked for Fleener to be replaced after he chronically failed to attend meetings. Fleener also neglected to attend a single board meeting for Rhythm and Roots. Both of those were committees he was appointed by the council to serve.
Is Rhythm and Roots, not Rockin' Roots.
Vaughn. And another reason we're just learning about tonight, that back in August in a phone conversation with Vice Mayor Kevin Wingard, Fleener allegedly said
that if Mr. Wingard would buy him out or pay him $325,000 for a lot at the corner of Fairview,
no, that dude is funny.
Beside that he would willingly leave council, and that then council could pick someone to be in his place.
Eid says that he does have a recording of that conversation, but the judge only permitted him to make public the notice outlining council's reasons for removing Fleener, not the evidence against him. And we won't know the fate of Fleener until the end of city council's removal proceedings scheduled for Monday night. We do know that whatever decision council makes will be final and cannot be appealed by Fleener. Fleener told us he will not resign ahead of that proceeding. Jackie DeFusco, News Channel 11, in your corner.
So is this dude active in anything right now, or is he like fired from?
I don't believe so. Now, I did check up on the Bristol, Virginia City Council, and I can tell you that even without Mr. Fleener present at their meetings, the last one I looked up of them, it was in fact pretty heated, and maybe we can find that here. See.
That have been doing some things, but
I think it was after public comment.
On our children. I ask that you ask yourselves, is the risk truly worth giving up the rewards our children are showing us now for something that could possibly change all that? You want the community.
They were talking about some issue about a school. They wanted a new school. The citizens wanted a new school because the other one is so run down. And I think they voted. They were voted 3-2. A little bit later in this video against it.
Community to come and voice our concerns over important issues. And since this has started, The community has been shouting loudly. This is not a good idea.
She's annoying.
Make in Texas, which nobody on council wants to do, and I care. And it seemed to have got a little bit more ground.
Does that mirror all these people just emotional?
Well, you remember this guy when he banged the gavel and said, "You calm down in these chambers"?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how 2 years later, after Fleener's removed, they're all arguing just like he would have before. So it's not okay for Mr. Fleener to be passionate, but it's okay for them.
Needs to give this to the people and let them decide what this city is going to do. History has
Let them decide.
these 5 members up here has failed this city, not this council here, but councils in the past have failed this city tremendously. If we could have put the golf course on a referendum, we wouldn't have a golf course. If we could have put the landfill on a referendum, we would not have a landfill. If we would have put the falls on a referendum, we would not have the falls. This is a huge decision the city needs to make, and it needs to be the city that makes this decision, not these 5 men. So I'm in favor of a referendum and give this back to the people.
Okay, yeah, so I guess if it goes to referendum, I don't know, like, government, like, procedure and everything, but based on what he says, I guess if they go to referendum, then the people get to, vote on, this, whether they get a new school or not in Bristol, Virginia. But trust me, they get heated too. Even Mr. No Emotion, you calm down in these chambers right here. I can't remember his name right now.
I'm gonna say, I know you brought it up 2 years ago, and I hate to admit I wasn't there for that, but so I mean it's kind of a relatively new idea for me that we've been talking about. But you're saying give the people a voice and let them vote, and I mean, it's an interesting idea. I'd have some questions about how it would be worded, some things to work through with that, but it's an interesting idea.
That guy seems kind of sleazy. Did you hear? Basically, what he just said is, "Well, you said if we should give the decision back to the people," and well, that's an interesting idea, huh? That's almost what that in a nutshell. That's what he basically just said. So
what's the issue though? Is it something?
Well, like I said, it's about a new school, which they desperately need, I guess. So.
To say, I mean, you're right. We've talked about this. We talked about it on more than one occasion, and we never come to a consensus. We never come to any agreement. Just like Councilman Farnham said, I've got questions about how do you phrase this in terms of a question, but more importantly, I have bigger issues about having a referendum without a policy around that. What issues do we bring for a referendum without? And to me, if the idea was to do this with the schools, then we should have done that a long time ago and said this will be a referendum, not wait till the night where we're going to take up the comprehensive agreement. We didn't do that. Didn't come up last year. It's like a last minute thing, and I am very concerned at the precedent we would set, and without some kind of policy, I mean, what's going to be the criteria? When are we going to have a referendum? What are these issues? Just to bring this up, and it's been talked about before, but if it was something that was going to be pursued, we should have put the detail around that before now and not just come up at the last minute.
I understand that, but the wording on the referendum to me is very simple. The school system has been working on a new school for X number of years, and they really lit a fire under everybody for the last 2.5 years. And it's all boiled down to, they went out and they've been challenged, and they have worked diligently on this. They have went out and they have taken every scenario they can possibly come up with. And the bottom line is, they're the only thing that makes sense to them is a new school at Van Pelt. So the wording on a referendum should be simple. Is this city in favor of a new school, a two-school system, which is actually, in my opinion, one, because they're on the same grounds side by side, at the tune of $18 million with the overall lifetime of $32 million worth of debt. So the wording on a referendum to me is very simple. Does the city want a new school at Van Pelt at the tune of an overall $32 million debt?
I think it's kind of.
What
So
was
the
that?
wording,
What'd you say?
Is it breaking up on your end?
No. When did it start doing that?
About 5 seconds ago.
How bad?
Try it again. See if
to me, is simple.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
I mean, the more you add to it,
okay,
and confuse the voter, do you want a school at Van Pelt at $18 million? Do you want it at Washington Leaf for $8 million? Do you want it here for X number, whatever? And you confuse everybody and split the votes, then you're going to end up back in the same thing. And something's going to win by a small margin. It needs to be a single item ticket.
Can you hear me?
Does the city want?
Yeah, I can hear it. Why?
School.
I'm getting some kind of notification, but my
And
Wi-Fi
put it on a referendum.
Oh, what's it say?
having trouble connecting.
Like Harley said, I would worry about the
I just texted it.
You know,
It just said what now?
It was something about my connection.
Mm.
So you did take the video off, right?
Yeah, let me try putting it back and see what happens.
Okay.
What a bummer that it does this so often, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
we have a referendum.
Now tell me if it does it
schools,
now.
but we did not have a referendum to buy new social services.
No.
Do we want to have a referendum in the future to buy liners for the landfill? Do we want to have a referendum to buy a new leaf truck? You know, it'd be a good precedent to set.
Let me fast forward to when they actually vote. That's when it gets heated, when they actually vote.
Okay.
Huh?
I said okay.
Actually have a devastating effect. And that is the precedent that we need to set tonight.
So you mentioned giving the people a voice. You know, the people have a voice when they elect us. You know, we ran to make decisions, and that's why we're here. We're not here to just sit up here and argue every 2 weeks. We're here to actually make hard decisions for people. And I think that putting a referendum on it would just be kicking the can down the road so we don't have to make the hard decision. So that's what I'd say on that. And I mean, that's what I'm looking at. You know, and the other thing, our schools, our 3 elementary schools, are out of compliance on ADA laws. They're out of federal compliance. So I think it's a dangerous thing to say, throw it out to the people and say, hey, do you want to follow federal law or not? Because if they vote it down, then we've still got schools that are out of compliance for federal ADA regulations.
But we have set it in motion to take care of those problems. We have given them an extra $200,000. We've given them the ability to hire 2 more people to start working on the construction and renovating these. So that process has already been put in motion.
How much more do you want to give to them? Because that process gave them 1 bathroom and a glass security vestibule. That's not a process to bring them ADA compliant. That's a process to make things okay for the short term.
But we're moving forward. This council has done something to move forward that this school board has failed to do in 20 years plus, knowing the laws.
Well, how much more money do you want to put into it?
We can talk about that.
Because
we've already set aside 200 additional thousand this year for this budget. We're going to have another budget cycle in a couple of more months, and we'll talk about any more additional funds. But if we just gave them another $200,000, maintain what we've already given them, while we can still see those numbers in a positive light on our books and still be able to meet our debt commitment that's coming, then we need to keep renovating the schools that we currently have.
Now I'm going to go out on a limb even if we were going to give them another $200,000 every year to keep working on ADA requirements, the number that they would come to with us for a full ADA upgrade to make everything like it should be, just for ADA, would be in the millions and millions of dollars.
I disagree with that.
Well, you can disagree with that. That's what all the experts have said. It'd be in the millions and millions of dollars. And if you do $200,000 a year, how many years does it take until they're ADA compliant? And how long do you want to remain in violation of federal law?
ADA compliance is doors, sidewalks, ramps, and bathrooms.
It's also
Nothing.
doorknobs,
I
size of doors.
said doors.
Size
Doors.
of doors.
Started
So
doing
you're
it.
not going to have tens of millions of dollars.
Do what?
It
you say
started
something?
doing it for like a second. Yeah, I said it started messing up for a second, but I don't know if it's going to keep doing it.
And doorknobs, bathrooms,
Is it good?
walkways, and ramps.
You know,
Yeah.
if you've had all these different people who've come down and told the school board it's going to be this many $1 million to bring these ADA compliant, if every one of them is telling you something very similar, it's like if I go to a doctor and he tells me I'm fat, and I go to 5 more doctors that tell me I'm fat, and I find one doctor 20 doctors down the road that says I'm not. The first 20 doctors said I was fat. Why is this one guy going to say I'm not? I'm going to take his word for it.
Doctors
If all these-
misdiagnose people all the time.
Oh my God. If all these experts tell us that it's millions and millions of dollars, at some point you have to trust somebody's judgment on it. People who do this job every single day.
So I definitely understand what Mayor Osborne's saying. I definitely understand what Mr. Wingard is saying too, how I'm trying to look at both sides of this. Okay, the idea of the referendum, let the people have a voice, let them decide. That's exactly what is happening right now with lawmakers in Richmond saying, okay, if you want a casino in your city, you decide. You go to the polls and you vote yes or no.
Let me fast
We have a
forward some more.
policy. It's unfortunate that we sit here tonight, we don't have a policy on split down the middle. There is absolutely no consensus on what we should do and how we should do it on this school. To authorize the city manager and the city attorney to draft the legal language, this vote.
I hope they do.
They will
Clerk, call the
remember
roll,
every
please.
single person that voted.
Here they go. They're getting ready to vote on whether they get a new school or not. All right. And I think this is where they start getting heated after the result. Okay. Still with me? Hey, Zachary.
It's messing up again, but what?
Hang on.
Do you think it's messing up on just my end and it's not actually live? Or
No,
what?
sometimes when it records, it does that. Unfortunately, the things I've tried to remedy it, I don't work, and I don't know quite what to do in that regard. But
Is there like an alternate way you can do it, like where it doesn't have to be the split screen? Like, well, no, it's stupid. Do they have something you pay for, or is?
I
streaming
paid
like
for this. I paid for this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's how I'm able to keep streaming on StreamYard, without running out at 20 hours. So
Yeah.
theoretically, it should, work, but I don't quite know how to fix it, other than to keep refreshing.
Yeah.
Tell me if it fixes now. As they go to vote on the new school or not. Okay.
Okay.
Voted. So we need to take the time, if necessary, to discuss it further, because this is a serious vote.
You
One
want
of the
any
most
other-
serious votes we've had probably in.
Do you have any other discussion you want to do before we?
Sound pretty
Just asking a
good?
Question.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question that you read the motion again?
Sure. I make a motion to authorize the city manager / city attorney to draft the legal language for a citywide referendum to allow the city to approve a comprehensive agreement for PPA financing on a consolidated school at the current Van Pelt location.
All right, so that's the motion, and there is a second. So is there any further discussion? All right, if the clerk would call the roll, please.
Farnham.
Yes.
Mumpower.
Yes.
Wingard.
Yes.
Hartley.
No.
Osborne.
No. All right, so on to item 3, which is approval of the comprehensive agreement. Staff report.
All right, Council,
I think what just happened, if I understand right, is that the 3 voted for no new school, and the 2 voted for a new school, and so now people are getting upset. Okay, you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe I want to clarify what just happened. Based on that vote, it was 3-2, which means that motion failed, and there would not be a referendum in the city. So I just want to clarify that for the public and for council.
Correct.
That's correct.
Approval of comprehensive agreement. The Bristol, Virginia School Board has requested that council authorize the signing of the comprehensive agreement, which would provide financing through the Public-Private Education and Infrastructure Act, also known as the PPEA, to build an addition at Van Pelt Elementary. Once the addition is completed, 3 other elementary schools will be closed, and all elementary students would attend Van Pelt Elementary. Previous relevant action included a council vote back on November the 19th of 2018, where that comprehensive agreement failed as a vote of 3-2. After reading the comprehensive agreement, I would have 4
who signed up specifically for this agenda item, and that is Ginger Fleener. Yes.
Thank the gentleman who spoke.
Yeah.
It
is less expensive than putting 30.
Council discussion.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
You made the motion, you go ahead.
First thing I wanted to say was I think the language that the city manager.
Right. You can put it in the bank.
This debt to be unconstitutional.
This council has truly said your vote does not matter. They know what's best. What a sad night in Bristol.
You talk so freaking slow.
Yeah.
If this comprehensive agreement passes tonight, you can put it in the bank. $32 million more in debt.
$32 million more in debt.
Sad fact.
Yeah, I would agree. This is a pretty solemn moment. When you got a council that has all of the data in the rearview mirror, things that were done to get this city in financial trouble, and all the things that were done to try to dig this city out. And here we think we're smarter than the community, and we're going to put this community further on an obligated $32 million hook over 3 decades. It's almost criminal. It's unbelievable. So I don't want to hear anybody talking about the falls again. This is your falls. This is your falls. Because this city can wait. Just like Miss Marnie said, this city's got some cash right now. We can wait. We do not have to force a consolidated school and the financing that goes with it down these taxpayers' throat. And that's exactly what we're doing. And for this council to sit here and vote against the referendum absolutely says, we do not care about your vote. That's exactly, you remember that next time when you get to that voting booth. That's exactly what they said. So there'll be more important decisions and they'll go the same way. It won't matter what you think. So now you can see why you're not being listened to. So let's make a vote.
One thing I wanted to bring up is I think it's important to know what we're voting on because the motion is to approve this comprehensive agreement. We're not voting on breaking ground on a new school tomorrow. We're not voting on that. We're voting to approve this comprehensive agreement. We're looking at the financing.
I got a few more I can show you before we wrap up. You got a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a pretty funny one. Hang on.
address the podium then. Now, you watch how you talk to me, buddy.
Mr. Mayor, the public has the right to hear what's happening. If this
I
commission.
think you're out of order, so you go on, sit down. Ms. Jen, go ahead and proceed.
Mr. Mayor, you asked me to come to the podium.
Get it on with quickly.
The public has the right to hear what's going on. Now, every church in this city.
We're not talking about churches.
Every
You're out of
church in
order.
this city can get their sound systems working. They can even have their ministers walk around in the building and talk to their congregation.
Don't you point your finger at me. Put your finger down right now. Put your finger down.
I don't answer to you.
I'm not fixing to tell you again, buddy.
Put your finger.
Put your finger down.
I need to come down there and help you out.
Oh God, he stood up.
Corky, get his finger down.
Did you hear that? Get his finger down now.
Corky.
When ordering him to put his finger down fails, he says, get his finger down now. Not remove this man or
Get his finger down.
get him out of here. Get his finger down. That's how insulted that's how triggered this guy is at him pointing at him.
And I love, like, if I was that guy in that position doing the pointing, like, that's just a weird act of defiance. Like, it's almost childish. It's like something you do to your dog to, like, you know, because, like, I don't know, it's just funny.
Get his finger down now. Look at it takes two of them.
Okay, I think that's the single best one you've shown.
Let's see. There's more. Oh, there's more. I think this one's a good one.
The public, you will follow procedure. If not, go to a class that teaches it to you. Understood? I've had it. Wait your turn and respect each other. And respect the people in that audience.
I still had the full up.
No, you did not. He was talking and you interrupted.
He interrupted me.
I didn't see it that way,
Well, that's
and
a
it's
bad
my
deal.
decision.
That's a wrong decision.
Gordon, I have the authority to end the meeting or have you dismissed for the evening. Remember that. Okay?
You should know how to do your job.
Gordon, one more time. Go ahead. Try.
One more time. Like he's talking to a little kid. Like he's his parent.
Try you.
What is Mayor, let's just stop this and you know, I didn't mean for a big argument to get started.
It's messing up again.
Fuck. Sorry, man. I guess I just have to keep refreshing it when it does that. I don't know. Now, how's it sound now?
Good.
Okay. Check this shit out.
Jennifer, thanks, Rosa. This question for Larry in regard to the.
Well, it's messing up again.
Fuck, man.
Perhaps Larry can explain if he personally benefits from the best union contract. I did answer for the next town council meeting, how he benefits from it. That wasn't part of the presentation. And
yeah, it's all.
4% will be given to this contract.
Sorry, what?
For the first year, they'll get 2.5.
What was that? Do what, bud?
I don't know.
What'd you say?
Is it possible that, like, the video is somehow, like, affecting my internet? That doesn't make any sense, but it seems to be the case. I need to go back and watch it and see if where it's messing up on my end, it's actually messing up, like, live on the video.
It's not. I've watched these videos plenty of times. Trust me, that's not it. Oh, well.
So it is actually messing up, or it's not?
It's something with when it goes through StreamYard. I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
So